Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Hello, friends. Welcome to our daily prayer at Kardec Radio. I'm Alba Morales, live from Annapolis, Maryland, and it is such an honor to be with you in this afternoon, in this fall afternoon, stopping for a moment and nurturing our soul. So thank you for being here with us, and let us start by serening our thoughts, by calming our minds, by breathing and feeling a different speed, the inner speed. We are going to connect with our dear mentors, with Jesus, with our Father, Mother, God. Let us start with a prayer so we calm down and we settle. Dear Master Jesus, we come here today to your encounter, asking you to be with us in these moments of nurturing our soul, to ask you for your guidance, for your inspiration, and also for your permission to have this little but yet loving gathering together. May your embrace be with us. May your kindness and love be with us. May your merciful heart impregnate with kind vibrations the environment and the psychospheres in which we are currently located, so we feel that we are one with the universe, that we are part of the creation, and that we belong. Sweet Master Jesus, our older brother and friend, may your joyful presence be among us and inside of our hearts during these moments of our daily prayer at Kardec Radio, and so be it. Hello again, friends. Welcome to Kardec Radio. It's Friday. It is a moment to start a new weekend, to meditate about the week, the work week that we have, and to renew. That's why we have the weekend, or that's why we have days off. It's basically to renew physically and spiritually. So tonight, we're going to read a chapter from the book Christian Agenda. And we have chapter 19 that is entitled A Matter of Choice. Christian Agenda was written by the spirit author Luiz and psychographed by the medium Chico Xavier. And we have these very short yet deep chapters. So let us say why Luiz's message is having us for today. It is a matter of choice. Let us keep that in mind. So we need to choose from somewhere. Let's see where. Luiz starts saying, look for a delinquent and you will find many offenders. It is necessary then for you to possess an immense reserve of love in order to reform them without becoming criminal yourself. Let's read the next one. Seek to identify a fault and you will find innumerable ones. Faced with that situation, it is essential that you be sufficiently enlightened not to add your errors to the errors of others. And we're going to briefly stop here and meditate Andre Luis start with the bar very high and saying, if you're among criminals, you need to be almost like a saint, not to fall in the same actions and thoughts. If you are trying to identify faults, you are going to identify innumerable ones, and it's very likely you are going to add your errors to the errors of others. And it feels a little bit strong, hey, Andrea, Luis, what you're trying to tell us? Well, basically, we are in this planet, and the planet is in a moment in the evolution in which goodness doesn't prevail yet overall. It's quite the opposite. It's ignorance. We don't like to call it evil in the Spiritism doctrine, because evil is ignorance, is not knowing how to love, is not knowing the loves of God. So basically what Andre Luis is showing us here, a picture of ourselves. Yes, we are not perfect, and yes, it is so easy to find faults in others and to fall into that trap, because we have that tendency. That is why negative movies or books or songs, they are very successful around there, and it has a lot of followers in YouTube and etc. Why? We say, why? This is so negative. This is not bringing a peaceful or enlightened message. It's because it's so easy to connect with that. It's easy for us actually to understand that evil or that ignorance, that to understand other high emotions like virtues. We were recently reading the Gospel according to Spiritism, and we have it here, chapter 17, Be Perfect. And the item 8 is about virtue. So what do we need to do in order to become a virtuous person? Basically, know ourselves and work very hard, diligent, persistently, and with kindness in our very own errors. Andre Luis is inviting us here to actually seek for the opposite, not for the fault, but for the positive. In that regard, even though we have this tendency of seeing the cloud, the dark cloud in the bright sky, we actually need to learn to see the bright sky and understand the dark cloud. Try to locate one thorn and you will encounter various thorn bushes. In such case, it is necessary that you remain very well balanced in order not to hurt yourself. And again, it's the same situation. Place too much attention upon a stone in the road, and shortly the ground will become very stony to your eyes. After that, you will need a great deal of resistance not to succumb to the roughness of the journey. We are vulnerable and we are frail, and we need to create endurance, inner endurance, and spiritual endurance. Approach goodness. Look for it with determination, and kindness will illuminate your path. Only then will you be perfectly equipped to win the war against evil. And Andre Luis is giving us another lesson here between lines, and is inviting us to exercise positive thinking. So it's also very natural in our day-to-day lives that we have these sentences in our minds that we say to ourselves or even towards others, or in a day-to-day conversation, right? So sometimes, we look at the mirror and we say, oh, oh, my hair, how terrible, or whatever is. But we criticize ourselves instead of saying, oh, thank you for that hair. Let me see how I'm going to put it in a better way. Or even when if we are parents of little kids or teenagers, the way we try to correct them is don't do this, don't say this, don't. So we are putting the negative in front of the sentence, and we are affirming something that is negative. So when we're trying to build positive thought or positive thinking, so instead of say, don't say this, we can affirm like it will be better for you to say whatever is necessary. And we look ourselves of the mirror and we say, wow, what a great creation of God I am. And we look ourselves and our eyes and I say, wow, today I'm ready for the challenges, the inner challenges that I have, and I know I will conquer them. So we are not diminishing what we need to work on, but we are actually given a positive sense. In this very popular book and video, The Secret, if I'm not mistaken, they talk about the law of attractions. And we know that in the Spiritism, also we have the law of attraction. So basically, what happened with the law of attraction? Whatever we think, it will come to us at some point of another. Maybe not in this lifetime, maybe in the next lifetime. So if I'm thinking that life is beautiful and life is great, if I'm thinking that I will go through these difficult times, knowing of the certainty of the love of God, we will develop the positive thinking. Tonight, the invitation is to do that, to avoid, not to ignore what is negative or what is evil, because we cannot be naive. It is there inside ourselves and out there. But also, let us give a different perspective. Let us position ourselves to see a different horizon and say, even though we're in a difficult times, we're still 5-6 months of quarantine and pandemic, we will get through. There's so much love in the universe. And Jesus, He is always with us, no matter what. So tonight, that's the invitation. Let us think positive. Let us see the happy side of life. Okay, my friends, Beth and Daniel and Abby, thank you for being here, and all of the others, thank you for being here. We are family, we are friends, we are united for the same love, the love of God. Let us close our eyes. And feel the connection with the higher minds. We are children of God. There is a seed of divinity inside ourselves, and we recognize that we were ignorant and simple in the past, that we made many mistakes and we took the wrong choices. We also understand that now we are in a different level of conscience, that we recognize our ignorance and we embrace that part of ourselves because it's our past and it's part of our history. But also We want to embrace the present moment. We want to build a different future. We want to give more importance and more room in our lives to be positive, to be joyful, to be happy, to be optimistic, to be persistent, to have determination in goodness, even if around us everything is falling apart. Dear Father, that's the deep desire of our heart. We know that our journey towards the light, it is a long one, but also we know that as so many and thousands of millions of other spirits already conquered the goal of perfection, like Jesus, we as well, we are destined to conquer the goal of perfection. Shower us tonight with your mercy, because we recognize that we are not infallible. Shower us tonight, dear Father, sweet Mother God, with your kindness and with your love, so we can nurture our spirit, strengthen our mind, and give room to new habits and new tendencies. Give it room in our mind, in our heart, for only goodness, for only acting rightly. We want and we desire to be a virtuous person, someone who is acting with humility. We don't want the applause of the world, of the recognition of so many, but we want your applause and your recognition, and that will be more than sufficient for us. Give us the strength to walk humble in our journey. Give us the strength to get rid of those bags that we don't need, like pride and vanity and selfishness. Give us the strength to act and think instead of react. And therefore, we are building a better present for ourselves, and we will see that we're going to reap great fruits in the future. We want to include in this humble prayer all our family members, our friends, our neighbors, our community members. We want to include in this prayer the needs of all of those in the state of Maryland and Virginia, Pennsylvania, and all the other states in the United States. We include in this prayer all our brothers and sisters in the Americas. We include in this prayer all our brothers and sisters overseas in Europe, Asia, Africa, all the islands, because all of us, dear Father, Mother God, we need you. We need you desperately to grow and to move forward to a better future. We pray for those who are still battling the infection, the virus of the COVID-19, those who are still connected to ventilators. May the doctor of doctors, Jesus Christ, clear the respiratory system and give them the beautiful miracle of breathing again by themselves. May all the doctors, nurses, therapists, clinicians, and all the professionals that are included in the health be blessed, and they feel the strength of this prayer. May all the workers that are still going to the workplace since March, exposing their lives and the lives of their families and loved ones. Just be responsible, fulfilling the responsibility. We pray for them to be protected and guided. We pray, dear Father, Mother God, for our planet Earth, for all the animals, from all the vegetables, from all living creatures on the planet, and especially in those areas in which calamities had a start, like the fires in California, flooding in so many other places. We pray for them, our younger brothers and sisters, and we pray, dear Father, Mother God, stay with us in the silence of our heart. Give us the serenity, give us the peace that we need to understand that even though we are navigating troubling times, we are also here together with one another, and we will get through this situation, the social one and the individual one. Bless our homes, bless our bodies, bless our spirit. We thank you. We are very grateful for these beautiful moments, for the friendship, for the love. Thank you, and so be it. We hope, friends, that you're feeling better than 20 minutes ago. Remember, if you have a glass of water near you is already with the fluid energy, just drink it. And if you don't have it, you can pray, put your hands like that and pray on top of a glass of water or bottle, and you will have it. We wish you a very nice, peaceful weekend and see you next Friday. Thank you.